INTZ come here as favorites. Everyone's seen them in the community before, but we're jumping straight into this attack here with INTZ kicking off with Renan, and he's going in with the Yeti Smash, starting off with that Grand Wooden Walk, looking to help set that funnel, maybe to grab the air defense, the Archer Tower, and even potentially the Wizard Tower if he wants to get a second layer walk there. And he's got to set the funnel on the other side. He's going to do a classic charge, both to jump spells or even actually the super wall breaker for the initial section, and to jump his way and try to charge his way into the core, because we've seen the earlier attacks that a Warden either was missed or a Warden was late on the ability, and it still ended up actually getting the triple. So this attack strategy can be super strong if done right.
Renan picked up a triple yesterday, so it's all on him to start a strong pace against the Hama Hippopotamuses. On defense, Giovanni was one of the clutch attackers for Hama yesterday, and his base looks to be something fearsome to go up against. He's got both of the scatter shots over on the left side corner. That's going to be difficult to defeat when he's sending his troops over onto the right side instead. So expect to see a lot of splash damage come in. I don't see any heal spells at all for this squad, so it's really going to come up to whether or not these healers stay on target. Renan's going to be jumping and raging through the rest of the space and trying to use those free spells to keep his troops safe. But take a look at this Inferno Dragon in the CC. Virtually guarantees at least one of these big troops is going down. It looks like it's burnt up one Yeti already, Carbon.
Yeah, the Lava Hound does just pop there, uses the poison to help clear some of these pops to get the Queen to go charge into the core, but the healers did switch off to the boulders in the core here, and I don't see any more Yetis in the middle. It's all coming down the boulders. The healers are trying to keep them alive through the scatter shot. If the Hogs are going to come out delayed from the siege barracks, and this could have some real good potential because that jump spell connects the backside of this base with this Royal Champion running down south. It's going to really come down to this enemy king, but he's got at least one headhunter for the enemy king down there. This is looking really solid. I'm liking it.
The scatterers were destroyed, and with that Renan, without any Yetis or boulders left, still has plenty of health on his two main attacking heroes in the left corner. That bottom side strike is going to get the job done, knocking down virtually all of the defenses. Royal Champion still has her ability, which she can use on the Teslas here. No, instead, Renan's going to use one of his last remaining free spells, but with the hero coming in hot, I think that's going to be just enough for Renan. He's got 37 seconds left. That should be enough time to finish the rest of the cleanup. Lots of troops to spread around, and it's even got another couple of wizards to add to the fun.
Yep, I absolutely loved that use of the Royal Champion in that exact moment, because he popped it and he took out those defenses that would have targeted her while she got stuck on the Skellies and the enemy king, and he's going to come in to kick off this war with a 3-star for INTZ. Remember, this is the second day, and the loser of this match will be taking on Darkest Muzan, so neither one of them wants to lose here, but there's always that second chance, and he comes in, Renan, with that 3-star with the Yeti Smash. Very nice attack.
A thin margin of victory, and having lost most of his attacking troops in the core there, he still kept his heroes nice and tight, using those healers to keep them topped off. INTZ comes storming into this war against Hama with a 3-star. How will Hama respond? They need to keep the pace right here.
Absolutely. Hama's going to have to come in, and I know they can come in with any attack strategy. They can do the air, the ground, some bat spells, dragons, literally you name it, they can do it. So they're breaking these bases down on INTZ's side, and they're going to be going in with the very next attack. They need to answer. They need to get the 3-stars to match the pace with INTZ, because I'm feeling this war is at least going to be around 13. At least the winner needs to get 13 stars with those 3 triples to have a chance. But we're going to see Ranjo coming in with the hybrid and only the 4 healers and sending in that blimp right away into the single target Inferno. And look at that. Hang on, was that the death damage of the blimp that actually took out some of those ground skellies, which was actually really nice there, so the Yetis didn't get stuck on them.
Yeah, nice little compliment of splash damage over there. Rango got a 3-star yesterday and is going to be leading the charge with his Archer Queen in the bottom left now. She's going to be able to take out that CC and give this hybrid army a little bit more coverage moving through the base. 3 heal spells and 2 rage are going to be the main complements to this attack. Poison dropped out there on the left side to get that CC down. But take a look at the backside of the space and try to identify the main threats that we have to this attack. Eagle Artillery, Archer Queen, Barbarian King, all relatively clustered in the top central side of the base. Scatter shots in that corner as well. So I'm expecting to see a big slugfest as these Hog Riders move their way from the bottom corner to the very top. This is going to be a marathon charge, Carbon Fin.
Yeah, absolutely. With this queen going straight on the top side. Look at that. Broke the wall open so the queen can continue her path up. Does have another super wall breaker, but get ready for this Grand Warden ability. Perfectly timed through the Town Hall explosion and through these scatter shots. And look at this. And I think the enemy king is going to slow down these miners quite a bit with the eagle shot still raining down. They're kind of splitting off in different directions. Going, looks like, to the left side here. He needs to try to keep them up. They're not going the best ideal location because the queen and her healers are all gone. Uh-oh, I don't know if he can keep this alive with no more spells, unfortunately.
Miner streaming out to the top side, and he's missing his healers now. Yeah, good point there, Carbon, but still has the Archer Queen ability. A little bit of damage that he can do, but not really concentrating his firepower. His hero's stuck out on the backside, hitting away at those poor walls. Miner's not getting the life or a bonus from that Grand Warden. Left them high and dry. Rangyo is going to be denied the 3-star from Hama's first attack here. Nice job on defense to Renan. Excellent job keeping his troops well, or his defenses well protected up on the top side here. Lots of little compartments. Seemed like it wouldn't be too difficult for the Hogs and Miners to be able to burrow and hop over, but those scatter shots and heroes up on the top side were just too much of a tall order to ask of Rangyo's troops.
Yeah, unfortunately, with that queen losing the healers there and all the hybrid kind of split off into the different directions, it just... Fortunately, that's kind of what happens there. You really need to set that funnel to kind of push them straight and keep them together, but was not able to get that done. Renan coming in with the 3-star to kick off this war, and then also holding a very nice defense, which is going to be right in the mid-70s here. And that's beautiful because we've been seeing attacks that are like averaging in this competition upper towards 90%. Those are the winning clans that are getting high in the 90s. Really nice try right there, Banks. We're going to have to see some crazy attacks. They're going to have to bring some high 2-stars, even more triples to have a chance to stand against INTZ.
They are indeed. Hammer unfortunately kicking things off with a 77% 2-star, and INTZ stamping their foot down and exclaiming that you are going to need to bring your A game if you are going to go up against us at this stage in the competition. Woody, what did you think of that match?
The last two battles really seem to give INTZ a big tilting advantage in this war, but we're already ready to hop into their second attack. Coming in from Celino, it's going to be a LaLoon hit, 7 lightning spells, and just 1 earthquake to rain down the thunder of the gods on this space. Keep an eye out for where those get dropped, usually really early on in the raid. Dropped it right there in the center, taking out a couple of really key defensive structures there, but eyes are still looking at that Archer Queen over there in the top compartment. She could still cause a lot of trouble for this raid, so watch that Headhunter. Expect to see her go for that target pretty soon on.
Yeah, so he dropped the lightnings a little off there to help grab the other sweeper that was that side, which meant that he couldn't grab that scatter shot because he didn't drop all the kind of the 5 spells to help on the corner there, which is between the CC and the scatter, which means he's going to charge his queen, still going to be able to get the town hall. But the beautiful thing about this attack strategy is you don't need to bring a poison, deal with that CC. It's just incredible. I've never had an attack strategy that gives and opens up an opportunity like this to let you charge into the base and then Lalo or send hogs or a couple of different attack strategies without worrying about an enemy clan castle. Did use that free spell. I wonder if that free spell was necessary because the Royal Champion was coming over to help assist that queen there.
Yeah, it seemed like a little bit of a panic free spell there, but Celino's already done a lot of the early work for this raid with these heroes and that lightning drop early on. He's got 3 haste spells, but still a lot of ground to cover in this space. Stone Slammer is a great compliment, and he gets lucky with this Tesla farm out on the left side early on. Dropping that down is going to deny a potentially really big defensive boon for Urek. Celino, I'd say, still has got a solid chance at making the triple happen here, Carbon.
Absolutely. He's going to lollo around, get ready. Keep your eye on this Headhunter. What I would do here is lollo around, get that Grand Warden, and drop that Headhunter and use the Warden ability to protect the Headhunter to take out this queen. That's the only way, unless you take out all the defenses, because there is this Ground Expo that can do a major work to the Headhunter since it's only targeting ground. And here goes the balloons moving away. No, he does pop it early, so he's saving onto the Headhunter for later in the raid. He didn't get the timing down there, so he's going to have the balloons fly around with 1 more haste and a handful of 3 more balloons, actually, at a final haste there. Look at these pups. They're doing some massive work on this queen. And he finally drops. Does he drop the head on? I can't even see unless it got taken out really quick. And the balloons are going to target onto the defenses, target on the queen, and down
the pups are going on the queen. Minions going on the queen. Balloons dropping left and right. There's no more defenses building left. I think he's got it, Carbon Fit. Selena with 37 seconds rather. It's got the cleanup easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Drops it down and finishes it off. INTZ off to a major victory in their first 2 attacks.
Oh my goodness, that's 2 for 2 for INTZ now. They are coming in and showing how to get it done here in day 2. They want to put their best effort here to get to the playoffs. Unbelievable. Now Hama's going to have to answer. They need to get 2 triples, maybe even 3, because of that percentage game is going to be completely not in their favor. So this is going to really come down to this next attack. Hama's going to have to answer, Woody.
This is going to be a massive uphill struggle, but if there's anyone to start that long slug, it's got to be Giovanni. Pulled off a 3-star in the clutch moment at the end of his attack yesterday with less than a second left getting that triple. He's going to be moving in this time with a hybrid army, 16 miners and 12 hog riders, backed up with a more traditional spell complement to boost them, 2 heal spells and 3 rages. Hits the early CC pull with the Archer Queen over on the right side and using that poison spell to grab all the defending troops. Nice start here for Giovanni, but he's starting to run low on time. 30 seconds in, and we're waiting for stage 2 to begin.
Yeah, absolutely. The queen is going to charge her way through. And I mean, this clan castle was on the outside, so it was super easy to help pull out that CC, no worries. And I'm surprised there was a lava hound, to be honest. Usually when you have a clan castle that's on the edge like that is super easy to lure, it's going to have like 30 or so archers in there to make it a nightmare to try to easily pull out the CC. But even at that, you can charge the queen in and just drop 1 poison and take it out, no worries. But the big thing is, look at the single target inferno that's behind the town hall. The queen cannot reach that unless he uses a super wall breaker to break the queen into there and then grab it. Looks like some Teslas have popped with some ground expos on her, but she can't even reach that scatter shot that's behind there. So that could be something that could do a major work to the queen unless he starts his hybrid early and charges right past it.
I am really worried about time this attack, Carbon Fin. We are halfway into the raid and only 20% of the damage has been dealt to this base. Giovanni didn't have a single second to spare in his attack yesterday, and I think that we're seeing a pretty similar cutting it down to the wire strategy this time. Sends in those hogs and miners though, and they've got a perfect path to cut through the rest of the base. He's moving in hot and fast as best he can, knocks down the town hall and starts to centralize the rest of this army, moving in against Eagle Artillery and Inferno Towers. He still's got a shot, but wow, this is going to be close, Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely. The miners are moving through. The queen was able to grab that single target inferno. She's going down to the expo right there. Finally drops the freeze, but a little bit too late. The queen goes down, and he does have the royal champion still on the bottom side, but a lot of the momentum of the core is looking like it's going down. All the hogs from the main deployment have died off. He has the hogs from the siege barracks, but very nice try there. It's looking like, oh, wait a second, unless he can, the healer transfer can be clutch. Royal champion's got her ability. That they're actually moving their way through. Even though the hogs died, they did the work.
Though there's nothing really to focus down the defenses. He's got a few miners over on the right side and still has got a little bit of damage left for that expo. Now he's done it. He's finished off all of the defenses. Yeah. It's all up to cleanup at this point. But like I said, he's so close on time. Why have you got to torture us, Giovanni? 15 seconds left. Can he finish off the last buildings? I think he's got it. By Jove, he does. 100% 3-star. Drop the hammer. Hammer are still in this fight.
Giovanni coming in clutch for Hama right when they needed to, because that is the boost that they need to really get back into this game. Now all they need is for INTZ to maybe slip up on one of the bases. Let's take a look at the replay, Carbon.
Yeah, the queen was able to help grab that town hall. Even though the Teslas and the Expos forced that queen ability early, she was able to still get the value. But this rage spell that was in the core kind of almost was a little bit of kind of a swag rage. Only a few of the miners were able to utilize it. It could have been a little bit better drop to the left side, but he was still able to get it. The hogs did die off really early, but he got the value down really early, which just left up not too much in the backside. Very nice 3-star there from Hama, and they needed to answer that because we're jumping into the next attack here. That is going to be INTZ. Air is going to be going in, and he is deciding to go in with another hybrid. We're seeing quite a bit of hybrid attacks here, Woody, in this war.
I think it speaks volumes that off of such a clutch 3-star, Hama are just still barely breathing. INTZ with a star lead on them already and looking dominant in this next attack. Air scored a triple yesterday and it's got a really strong hybrid army comp set up once again, bringing the double heal spell, triple rage, just as we saw from our previous hit by Giovanni. He's going to start on the bottom side with this queen charge, using those healers to keep his queen nice and topped off. Has got a lot of really good targets to strike at early on in this raid. I'm looking for the heroes. I can't quite see them. They're off screen right now, but the shape of this base isn't looking too bad for Air. He does have a couple of ground targeting expos on the interior that could cause some problems. Lots of long-range damage on this defense from Rengyo.
Absolutely. We're going to have to see if this queen does end up charging the town hall. It doesn't look like it. The Dark Barracks is going to stay up, which is going to bring the queen around, but he has that super wall breaker to break through the scattershot wall, which will help bring that queen towards the town hall, deal with the air defense, the expo, the clan castle, getting tremendous value, and then he'll be able to add on top of it, which is going to be the siege barracks to help us set that additional funnel. But look at these healers, the red air bomb, the town hall doing massive work, and the queen, finally takes the town hall down.
That was really, really risky, and Air is going to lose this Archer Queen if he's not careful. Taking a ton of fire and already dropped one of his healers to a Seeking Air Mine. She's used her power now, and with those ground expos starting to try to lock onto her, she is in dire straits. Gets topped off, if just barely, but that is exactly what you want to see in a super complicated hit like this. You've got to leverage every single bit of resource that you've got, and Air has barely kept his queen alive. That is going to be a massive advantage moving into stage 2 of this attack, as the main force are now crushing this base. Hog Riders and Miters are storming through these walls undefended, crushing the rest of the defensive splash structures, finishing off the wizard towers, and just still has got that Eagle artillery up and firing away at his troops, but he's finally made his way on there. This looks like a triple, Carbon.
Absolutely, the Hogs moving their way through the top side. The Queen is still standing down south. The biggest threat would be that single target Inferno. This ground skelly is going to slow down these miners on the top, but he's looking like he's got plenty. Oh wait, the Hogs, are they going to go down here to the Wiz Tower? They're grouping up here with the Warden to help, but I believe he just has quite a bit of troops that are going to be able to overwhelm. It's going to come down to time. Queen's going to beat through the wall, help grab some of these buildings, gets locked down by the single target Inferno, but she's going to do enough damage. Is she going to take it down? And she does, for the 3-star for INTZ, and they're gonna start off this war 3 for 3. Absolutely incredible what we're seeing here in day 2.
Alternate attacks showing us the only perfect war yesterday, but INTZ with the tic-tac-toe triple might just be coming back with that booming echo, bringing the heat against Hama right now, but they are going to return fire just as fast as they can. Miso is already in action with a Yeti smash comp, Carbon.
Yeah, he's looking to answer with the Yeti smash with 2 jumps. They need the triple as well to answer. And I was talking about, oh, we're going to need 13. Well, it's looking like you're going to have to get 14 to have a chance against INTZ, and hope that they don't add any more triples and keep it to 13. It's going to be an epic showcase down to the wire here. The balloon moving in to test for those Seeking Air Mines to protect those healers, but decides to use the Queen early here, and using a Queen on this base is not a bad idea. Biggest reason why is because it looks to be symmetrical, meaning it's the same on each side. You could drop the Queen somewhere at 12 o'clock, and then she'll go left, she'll go right, whichever way she goes, just do the exact same plan and just flip it to make sure the Yetis and the Bullets charge their way through. So it's perfectly fine. I can see using that Queen to charge their way through instead of a Grand Warden walk, because the Grand Warden does take that much longer to set that funnel.
I couldn't see exactly what was getting the pull on that CC, but it looked like those troops were kind of streaming out bit by bit, slowly coming out to give the Archer Queen lots of opportunity to pop down the troops that were out in front. She didn't have any trouble with those headhunters, able to one-shot them, and without any tanking out in front, they were an easy snack for Miso from Hama. Now moving through the left corner of this base with his main Yeti smash striking force. Hasn't gone for the Town Hall yet, and that's going to give me a little bit of worry, but he does have a battle blimp for an easy drop if he chooses to use it that way. Yes, he will. Sends in the battle blimp at that 10 o'clock position, and it'll beeline directly for the Town Hall.
Yeah, and he knew he was safe to send the blimp there because the healers passed that exact direction, the exact space that the blimp crossed. So he knew there was no Seeking Air Mines, and he knew it was going to be protected, because normally you would want to hit that one ability to protect the blimp to go to the Town Hall, but since the healers crossed that area, he knew no SAMs were there, so that he could send the blimp perfectly safe, took the Town Hall down, and now the Royal Champion's coming down south, but there is one Stroll Tesla, which he's going to drop the balloon, and the red air bomb. Let's see if the Tesla Tesla will go down. No, it's just barely the one. Yeti Bite takes it down right there. But we still have a single, but there is a freeze left in the... He can still use that to protect the raw champion.
Nice job to that little Yeti mine busting down the Tesla out there. Battle Blimp does its job perfectly, even soaking a Seeking Air Mine. It's got a ton of hit points and managed to get the Town Hall finished off. I'm still worried about time, though, on this attack. Miso looked really strong early on, but he's running low on it. Battle ends in 30 seconds, and with only 83% damage, there's a lot of defensive structure still on the top side of the space, Carbon.
Yeah, the one thing that he can't actually reach is going to be the Expo and actually the Gold... Wait, the Expo, the Wizard Tower, and the Gold Source here. The Grand Warden, granted, can reach those, unless the boulders skip from the cannon. Nope. Well, they took the cannon out right there from the skip damage. But unfortunately, not going to be enough time here. The one healer, or the couple healers, are trying to keep these troops alive, but time is not going to be on his side, and Hama's going to fall short yet again. Trying to go up against INTZ, looking so solid right now, Banks. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, the unfortunate incident of time management, time not being on your side when it comes to the end of your attack. It's so unfortunate to see, but I think Hama now know that they have to clutch this out, and if they're going to clutch it, it's going to have to be with 2 triples, and something dramatic is going to have to happen to INTZ's attacks.
Not going to happen, guys. I don't want to call it too soon, but INTZ is so far ahead that it would be almost impossible for Hama to come up at this point. We would have to see a massive fail from INTZ, the likes of which they have never done before. So just reliable 2-star hits from INTZ here on out would be enough to move on to the playoffs. Hama have got a lot of fingers crossed if they want to try to get on with a win over these guys right now. 2-star deficit in their first 3 attacks. Bernal from INTZ is no slouch either. Having pulled off that massive 91% 2-star, he's going to keep that percentage really high and is well known also for doing deep dives into this space with his Queen Charge. He's got 5 healers, so expect to see him charging in very shortly. There she goes in the left side corner.
Yeah, uses that blimp to set right into that compartment, but did not get... Oh, wait. Can he take the Queen? No, the Queen broke through the wall there. I wonder if he wanted to get just a little bit further to try to get that enemy Queen down, because he did end up using the raid spell there. Now he still has the ability to charge his Queen straight into the Town Hall, and Bernal is using the Super Wall Breaker. We saw in this attack yesterday that he decided not to use a Super Wall Breaker. He went with regular Wall Breakers. Granted, the Queen might have went the wrong way in that attack, but now he's charging the Queen, finds a Seeking Air Mine when the balloon was that close, unfortunately. But he is going to be able to take this Town Hall down and needs to find a way to take out, or the hybrid can actually take the Queen out, so that's not the biggest deal, but it would really help if that Queen can reach to take her down.
Minesweeper Coconut Loon misses its job and loses a healer here. Bernal still going brave on the charge in, sends in a super wall breaker, and that's going to crack an outer compartment. Not sure if that was the intended target here for Bernal, whose Queen is still deep in the middle of this space, charging in hard, but getting heated up by a ton of defenses. Still will stay alive with the thanks of that rage spell, and we see the main phase of the attack starting now in the top corner. Wow, an early Eternal Tome here to keep these hogs protected, soaking fire from both of these scatter shots, and an Eagle Artillery that is just pummeling away at them. It goes down though, and with these heal spells, these hogs are looking relatively topped off, feeling good with just a couple of spring traps to send a few of them away, but I don't know if there's enough splash damage on the backside to deny them. This is looking really good for the triple, Carbon.
Yeah, he's pushing his way through. I'm just curious of what that poison spell was there for. I don't think there was anything in the core. The only thing I saw was the headhunters, but those were his headhunters. The hogs are pushing their way through. The ground skeleton does pop. Royal Champion has their ability. And look at that, the Lava Hound was down south, so the Queen never had to deal with it. And yet again, this is going to be another 3-star from INTZ here. And wow, Bernal coming in. And now they're going to try to put up a perfect war and try to get the second one in history in the qualifiers, because we saw one yesterday coming in from alter attacks. There is the Queen ability, and just another flawless attack from INTZ.
Awesome job to Bernal, and a dominating sweep through the rest of the space. Not even close on the time. He's got it in the bag. INTZ gonna walk away the winners with, wow, just 4 attacks on the board. Impossible for Hama to catch up unless INTZ just throws away their 5th attack. Hama have really put up a good show here, but INTZ on pace to get another perfect war, are looking like absolute monsters. I'm looking into the future, Carbon, and I see INTZ and Tribe with big stars next to their names. Only maybe alternate attacks could be the team to knock them down. Guess we'll have to see.
We'll have to see. That's the beautiful thing about this is we play out every single match, and that's why every single person, every single team has the opportunity to prove themselves, and they want to upset, and that's what this is all about. Anybody, even watching at home, has a chance to compete in this tournament. All you have to do is you can either complete in game through the CWL or either online through the ESL online play, and you can see yourselves here to compete as well. But now we're going to see if PSH for Hama is going to be coming in with the E-Dragons, and he does use some lightnings to kick it off with the balloon on the outside, and he's just going to try to full send the E-Drags to overwhelm. He sees a bunch of chain value. I'm not an E-Drag attacker, so I'm just going to be taking notes to see what he's doing and how he breaks the space down.
PSH, a veteran from Vatang, is now allied with the Hama army and is using this E-Drag attack, which actually managed to get a 3-star in our wars yesterday. We saw Will Halen from Kapinaliset grab that triple using E-Drags, but interestingly, PSH this time is going to be running out with some balloons out in front, trying to find a Seeking Air Mine. Doesn't look like he has done it this time, but nevertheless still has a really strong E-Drag complement swooping through the rest of the space, a couple of rages and 3 heal spells to try to soak some additional firepower coming in, mostly from these 2 single target Infernos, which can absolutely roast Inferno Dragons, Carbon.
Absolutely. He did drop that freeze on the Inferno Dragon right there, which it went down really early. So that was really interesting because the freeze spell had to be used, and it could have been used somewhere else. Let's say he drops it right there on the scat of the Royal Champions coming down south. So if he didn't have to use that freeze spell on the Inferno Dragon, potentially he could have used it here on this Royal Champion. Is this going to make the difference for a potential 3-star?
I don't know. It's looking a bit iffy to me. That single target Inferno is looking pretty scary, burning through this Royal Champion who doesn't have her ability left anymore. And with the lock on the Archer Queen, that's going to be all over, Carbon Fin. PSH's attack is going to come back with a high 70% hit. May be able to reach 80 if these Archers are out of range. And have the time to take down this gold storage. But E-Drag's not getting the job done. That Tesla farm out in the bottom right corner of the base might have been what gave Celino's defenses the stopping power necessary to shut down the 2 E-Drags that had kind of swept out to that right side there. Inferno Dragon on defense was an interesting choice from him there. Really effective against these armies that have only a very few number of attackers. Things like Electro Dragons take up so much housing space that it's hard to get a really big army built around them. You saw PSH try to insulate those dragons using balloons, but just not going to get enough coverage out in front this time. The shielding effect of those balloons not used to the best advantage. Unfortunately, you just don't know where those traps are, and you got to do your best to hope that you get them positioned in the right spot, right, Carbon?
Absolutely. That's the beautiful thing is these bases, they're fresh, right? They built them. You don't know where the traps are, and that's what makes it difficult because you have to build an army trying to assume and predict, and that's why these players are pros. They're doing their best to predict where they think the traps will be and try to react accordingly. And if it's not there, and if it's somewhere else, they're going to have to react on the fly, and they can do that. They're the pros. They know how to do it. That's what's going to determine who has a chance at moving on and who does not. But INTZ is going to be trying to go for that perfect. Banks, do you think we're going to see another perfect war here in the World Qualifiers?
That's what I was just thinking. Unfortunately, PSH from Hammer did not manage to bring home a triple, which obviously means that INTZ are going to pull away with this one. But like Woody said earlier on in this matchup, you have INTZ, you've got Tribe Gaming, and you've got Alternate Attacks. All 3 of those teams looking super dominant in this first qualifier. So that's what we're expecting to see. Those 3 teams up towards those final brackets to see who's going to get the chance to get that golden ticket through to the World Finals. But we have our final attack now from INTZ.
1 single star enough to guarantee Marianol the victory. INTZ looking to make an easy hit here with those 3 Lava Hounds and 33 balloons. We'll strike first with those lightning spells. Keep an eye out where they get deployed. It's been a favorite to target onto that clan castle, so we'll see if that's where Marianol chooses to drop. No, instead he's going to go for the Archer Queen up top, knocking her down and getting that Eagle Artillery finished off as well. 2 big threats for an aerial raid that Marianol now does not have to deal with.
Yeah, so the big thing, you can see why he didn't want to go for the Clan Castle is because the Queen. I believe there's a sweeper, the Eagle, the Scatter Shot, and he did take a poison spell. So since he has this poison spell in the army composition, that means he doesn't want to go for the Clan Castle. He needs to find a way to kill off that CC, and he's going all out for it. Bernal is like, I want to go and give INTZ the second perfect war in history here in the qualifiers, and he has a really good opportunity to do that. So now he has 3 Lava Hounds, 29 Loons, and the biggest threat is going to be that Royal Champion on the top side. So as long as he can fly his way through and he has some balloons, the Stone Slammer, yep, gonna move there. And the reason why people have always asked me, Carbon, do you drop the Stone Slammer? Do you drop the Blimp? When do you drop it? Well, a Stone Slammer is a really good spot in here because there's no air defense. Since there's no air defense, a Stone Slammer kind of acts like a moving Lava Hound. And then it can kind of tank and get all the value through here. And then the Hounds will fly straight into the bottom air defense with the balloons behind. And look at this. The Stone Slammer set this funnel up here so the balloons can make their path right down towards 6 and up around the base.
I only saw 2 headhunters come out of that Clan Castle, so it looks like the rest of the troops that are sitting in there are going to be counterfeited. Miso not going to get to leverage that defensive boon since Bernal is instead swooping in with an all-air attack. Didn't have any more ground heroes even that are going to pull anything out of that CC. And with the drop there, gets the 2-star, guaranteeing INTZ the victory. They will be moving on to the playoffs, Carbon.
Yeah, the biggest threat is that Royal Champion, which I mentioned. He needs to rely on the Lava Pups that come from the Lava Hound to take that Royal Champion down. Uses the free spell beautifully so that the Pups can overwhelm this Royal Champion. And let's see, can she go down? Her health is getting low. The Grand Warden's kind of helping these balloons. They're pushing their way through the top side. The Royal Champion is picking these Pups off one by one as they're flying right by. And the Grand Warden, I think, might get targeted by this Royal Champion. And he does. But is it going to be enough here? Can Bernal get the perfect war?
He very well may have it. Knocks down the last remaining defenses, and he's got plenty of cleanup along the exterior. Finishes off the CC down the inside there, and I don't even really think that Royal Champion is going to cause much trouble. The rest of the troops are far away on the outside of the base and knocking down the remaining storages here. Just these little minions on the outside are going to be enough to finish off the elixir storages. Archers added on top, and there we go. INTZ with a perfect war. The Captain Bernal delivering the final blow against Hama and guaranteeing INTZ a spot in the history books.
Absolutely incredible performance we've seen from these clans here in day 2. We saw 14 stars and a 99% from Tribe Gaming in the very first game. Now in game 2, the second game, we're seeing INTZ with a perfect war. But let's jump into Hama Urik's attack. The final one coming in with 1 Super Witch involved with the Yeti Smash, sending in that Blimp in right away to help take down that single target Inferno. Pulls out the Lava Hound, Inferno, Dragon, to set up this possible Queen Walk on the outside, because if you did a Grand Warden Walk, it would be really difficult and takes forever to take the CC troops down. But you have to be very careful with the Inferno Dragon. As long as the Lava Hound doesn't go there first and the Queen gets stuck, the Queen should be able to take it out. But looking like the Lava Hound is going, oh, wait a second, it's going to be turn what the Queen is going to pick. She's stuck on the Hound, so he drops that Wizard, and now he got the vest, a free spell potentially for the Inferno Dragon.
Inferno Dragon is burning that poor Queen up, forces out the ability from her, and with just a little bit of Wizard firepower to provide some coverage on the back end, that Queen has already lost a big chunk of her offensive capability. Still, she'll be cruising along the top side to support the rest of this attack. Healer's going to get her topped back off for the main stage now. We've got a Super Witch with a big boy coming in over on the left side corner to provide some additional clearing power on the left lane to get that funnel accomplished. Nice jump spell will get all of these troops directly into the core of this base. Another one on the back end should be enough to get them through the back corner as well, but they're kind of starting to spread out a little bit. Top side is going to get complemented with the Archer Queen and a couple of Yetis out in front, but they are taking a lot of shots from that Archer Queen, while the bottom left side is where most of this force went. Bowlers and Yetis streaming through against that Eagle Artillery, demolishing it with an avalanche of boulders, but Archer Queen is taking too many shots. Can she stay alive?
The Queen charged her way through, but look at everything on the bottom side, Woody. It was just how unfortunate they did not go into the core. The King is going to slow this Queen down, does not have her ability because she was forced to pop that ability on the Inferno Dragon, which can be super strong as a defending Clan Castle if the Queen gets locked onto the Lava Hound, like that happened in this raid here. Does still have the Royal Champion to help you. I didn't see that he didn't deploy her yet. So this queen's going to be able to take down Scatter with no free spells anymore. It's going to come down to this Raw champion. Is he going to be able to do it? Probably going to see that ground skeleton pop by. It needs to take that single target Inferno. That's the biggest threat left on this base.
Yeah, that Royal Champion ability is deadly. Uses it right there on the last remaining defenses. Tosses her spear off out of the last remaining cannon. She still has to finish off this Inferno. She doesn't get it. That could cause a lot of problems if this Archer Queen gets mispositioned, but it does look like she'll be able to break into that left side compartment. That should get her within range of the Inferno Tower. Can she get through it in time?
Oh my goodness.
Boom, it's down.
Wow, with 10 seconds left, but is he going to have the time? Is it going to be just the 97? Oh, how unfortunate. It's going to be a time failed 98% 2-star right there for Hama, for Yurik of Hama. And there you go. You're going to see a 15-11 victory for INTZ. Oh my goodness, a perfect war. It's just an incredible sight to see.
What an amazing sight to see. Exactly what you just said, Carbon. What an incredible match. We've had, first match, we had a 99% average from Tribe Gaming, and now we've just got 100% average from INTZ. Those defenses looking to just be too much for Hammer to overcome. So Hammer will be going